At this moment, your brain is likely operating in the beta brainwave state. This is our standard waking consciousness, where your nervous system is dedicated to integrating a constant stream of data from the environment through your five senses. While resting beta is necessary for focus, modern life frequently pushes us into high beta. When we react to constant alerts, deadlines, or social anxieties, the brain shifts into a continuous survival state, treating everyday stresses like immediate physical threats. This state forces the brain to compartmentalize. Because the alarm system is active, neural modules begin to fire out of order, creating an incoherent pattern that consumes an enormous amount of energy just to keep the body on high alert. We can see this disruption in the data. A resting beta wave is relatively smooth and rhythmic, but look at the high beta wave next to it. It is jagged, erratic, and highly amplified, reflecting a brain out of balance. When the brain is disincoherent, it stays locked in a narrow, convergent focus. Energy is diverted almost entirely to self-preservation, which effectively suppresses the holistic neural integration needed to generate creative ideas or solve complex problems. There is a biological threshold we hit around age 35. By this point, roughly 95% of our identity has become a set of memorized behaviors and subconscious programs that run automatically every day. The top 5% represents conscious willpower. Beneath it lies the massive 95% subconscious. Separating them is a thick filter, the analytical mind. Within that 5%, the default mode network anxiously loops past experiences into future predictions, trapped above the barrier. This is why willpower so often fails. We try to change a deep-seated habit using only that tiny fraction of conscious effort, effectively asking the 5% to fight against decades of biological conditioning stored in the remaining 95%. Creating actual change requires moving past the analytical mind. We have to slow down the brain's electrical frequency until the barrier relaxes, allowing us to interact directly with those deep-seated neural pathways. The descent begins with a physical shift. By closing your eyes and slowing your breathing, you reduce the sensory data entering the brain. This physically forces your brainwaves to stretch out and elongate. This brings you into the alpha state. In this frequency, your inner world begins to feel more real than your environment, and the critical, analytical voice that usually polices your thoughts finally goes quiet. Notice the shift in the frequency graphic. The jagged, high-frequency peaks of stress begin to stretch and smooth out into the rhythmic, synchronized waves of alpha. This creates biological coherence. The brain's divided compartments begin to synchronize and fire together, while the heart moves into an orderly, rhythmic beat that informs the brain to stay in this creative state. Alpha serves as the bridge. It is the state where you stop being a victim of your outer circumstances and begin to access the subconscious circuitry that actually drives your behavior. If you go deeper, you reach the theta state. Here, the body is so deeply relaxed it is effectively asleep, but the mind remains conscious and fully aware. In our model, the analytical barrier dissolves. The door to the subconscious is wide open, cycling in the slow oscillations of theta. This creates a biological opportunity. The brain cannot distinguish between a physical experience and an experience that is vividly imagined. By rehearsing a new emotional state, like gratitude, while in this frequency, you begin to fire and wire new neural connections. You are physically building new circuits in the brain that will eventually become your new automatic response. Theta is where the fundamental coding of our identity happens. It is the only frequency where we can consciously alter the subconscious programs that govern who we are. This shift in brainwaves produces a measurable biological metamorphosis within the body. Researchers at UC San Diego used fMRI scans to show that just 7 days of this practice can completely shut down the default mode network. The resulting brain activity looks identical to the effects of psychedelics like psilocybin, achieved entirely through self-regulation. Following this shift, the body enters a physiological cascade. It begins manufacturing thousands of metabolites, natural pain relievers, and neurofertilizers that literally grow new brain tissue and repair cells in real time. This process is so effective at recalibrating the nervous system that it is being used to treat severe trauma in elite military personnel, such as Navy SEALs and Green Berets, whose bodies have been stuck in high beta for years. By mastering these frequencies, the body acts as its own pharmacy, altering its own genetic expression and healing from the inside out. When the individual opens their eyes and returns to the waking beta state, they are no longer the same person who began the session. Because the subconscious was physically rewired in theta, the new circuits are already in place. The individual doesn't have to try to be calm or courageous. Their biological baseline has permanently shifted to support those traits. By accessing these specific frequencies, the brain gains the precise biological access needed to construct a new reality.